over Nerf, Rampage. This is Josh here with my second ever Nerf gun review. That's right, we're back again, and this time we're with another classic gun. We have the Rampage, yes, which is of course the elite version of the Raider. Now I will just be doing the exact same thing I did last time with the Retaliator. I will be doing a bit of a review, just going over the sort of exterior and interior and all the stuff about it. Then we'll go outside and do a range test. Now once again, I would have to remind you, obviously I have had this gun quite some time, which means the range probably would have decreased. But we'll go into more of that later when I do it. Anyway though, let's get into it. Right, so I think the main thing that strikes people about the Raider and the Rampage was the dart clip. Was just the drum. The fact of the matter is, the Raider still has the record for containing the biggest one sort of drum clip ever by Nerf. I mean, yeah, since that point we have had other guns that hold more. For example, the Hailfire, which holds like 144 darts. However, the Raider still has the one biggest clip / drum that ever has been released, the 35 dart drum. Yeah, that's pretty big. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually have the Raider to compare this to, and quite frankly, I doubt I'll ever get it. Well, for the main reason, the fact that I've got the Elite version now. So, and quite frankly, I'm not going to spend however much it is now on eBay to buy it just for the 35 dart drum and maybe the stock. But anyway, we'll go into that later. Alright, so first of all, we'll start with the actual stock, which is probably... we'll start with the clip, which is probably the most recognisable thing about the Rampage and the Raider. Now, unlike the 35 dart clip, this one is a 25 dart clip, which is less, however I think is better, and I will be using this on all my other guns. Not just because I don't have the 35 dart clip, but mainly because it is symmetrical. Now, if I can give you a demonstration like this, the Alpha Trooper dart drum. This is an 18 dart drum. Now, obviously this is not as big as the 35 dart drum was, however you do get the sort of idea of the fact that it was sort of straight down, but then curved at the end. This was what the 30 dart drum was like, except obviously a lot bigger. Not symmetrical like this one is, which sort of curves around it. So can you imagine a 35 dart drum? This is only 18 dart drum. A 35 dart drum? That would be massive. And it will all curl round, which is why I personally don't like it. Yes, you do get 35 darts obviously, but when are you going to use 35 darts? Keep in mind that I think 12 dart clip is probably like the average amount for guns. I mean, it used to be like a 12 dart clip. Most guns came with most guns came with a 6 dart clip. However, now I think it's more like a 12 dart clip is more the average. You know, like the Alpha Trooper and the Retaliator both come with 12 dart clips. So I think that's probably the average. So an 18 dart drum is still pretty big. So, you know, any sort of drum, a 25 dart drum is also pretty big. So I think 25 dart drum is still enough. And if you're still not convinced, think of it this way. The Vulcan, or Havoc Fire, depending on where you live, has a 25 dart belt. So if something as big as the Vulcan has a 25 dart belt, then, you know, why on earth would you need more than this? And I think it is definitely worth it for the fact it's symmetrical. Not just that though, if you put it back in the gun, now I've never truly understood this, but the Rampage and the Raider have the dart clips coming out the side. That annoys me, and I don't know why they've done it. I mean, now you have to take in mind the Raider did come before the deploy, which means I think the Raider was the first ever gun to have the clip come out the side. Well, maybe. You can leave in the comments whether I'm wrong. I might be, I don't know. So they might have been trying to test it out, but really they shouldn't have tested it out on this gun, mainly because that's such a big drum. And obviously the major thing about having it on the side is the fact that this side droops. You know, it falls down. If you're trying to hold it like this, it's hard to aim, you know, it's heavy, it's all sorts. And even this 25 dart drum is still fairly heavy. I mean, yeah, you can hold it straight now, but I mean, you know, it's quite a bit harder. I mean, it's just unnecessary work, in my personal opinion. I mean, it's not, you know, obviously it's not like Mount Everest, but yeah, you get the point. Also, the fact of the matter is that really I think the main reason people got this, as I said, was for the drum, and it wasn't for the gun, which means that people got it for the drum to put on other guns they liked more than the gun. For example, the Retaliator or the Recon at that time. So they would take the dart clip, drum, and put it on the Recon, which obviously fed underneath. This meant it curled like round like that. So Yeah, and if you're holding like this, that means your arm can rub against this massive drum, which would get very annoying and actually could irritate your arm, especially if you keep going or whatever you fire it from. You know, if you keep, for example, if you're using it with the Raider and you keep firing like that, you know, holding like this, then you know you have to keep moving it forward and back, which could irritate your arm because it kept rubbing at this massive drum. Now this problem has been solved a bit because this drum is smaller and it is symmetrical, however not entirely. But you know, at the end of the day, I don't think it's a major issue, quite frankly. I think it could have been worse, but now I think the major issue is the fact that with the Rampage it now rubs against your arm. Can you see that? That's just holding it normally, by the way. I'm literally just holding it normally. See? See? Yeah. So not the best sort of design. Personally, I would be much better if it was underneath. But at the end of the day, it's what you fancy. I know a lot of people who do like the actual gun, not just the clip. But, you know, whatever. Now the actual gun. First bit, it doesn't come with any sort of barrel attachment on the front, which I'm glad about because, quite frankly, I would never attach a barrel to this because I don't think it would look good with a barrel, and I don't think it would really help. And if it did come with a barrel attachment, it would just stick out. So I'm glad that they haven't put a barrel attachment on this because I don't think, you know, anyone would want that. It's fairly long. If I compare it to the Retaliator, sorry, well, the Retaliator is out of stock at the moment, but it's probably the Retaliator without the stock. It's probably a bit longer, like an inch or so longer than the Rampage. So that gives you a bit of, you know. It does come with a stock attachment, like the Retaliator. And I've got the Retaliator stock here, actually. And that clips on very nicely. And I think it actually looks really cool with it on. Don't you? I think it looks really cool. Not just that, though. It genuinely feels comfortable. See, it's against my shoulder like this, nice and happily, and you know, it genuinely feels cool. For example, and it doesn't look dorky or just weird like the Spectre does, because the Spectre is just like a little gun, like the Strong Arm. I don't actually have the Spectre, but just imagine the same sort of size, and it has a stock attachment at the back. Now this would look ridiculous having a stock on it, because look, you'd have to hold it like this. If the barrel was, if the stock wanted to go against your shoulder, it would look ridiculous. Hold it like that. That would look stupid. So that's why I think it's a stupid idea to give the Spectre a stock. However, it's not a stupid idea to this one because it genuinely looks cool and feels nice. You know, you can look down the thing of it, and it looks cool. Okay, by the way, this thing where you like put the clip in, is detached in the box. But I mean, like, once you put it on there, can you see the sort of seam going down all the way around? But once you put it on there, it's not coming off. Like the, I don't know, the barrel on the Mega Centurion or the stock on the Long Strike, it's not coming off once you put it on there. Quite frankly, I wish I'd known that because I would have tried it out. Like, I would have tried to put the clip in without it on. I'm not sure if it allows it. I'm not sure if that would work or anything. But I mean, it would be nice to see what would happen. I mean, I think the only reason it's there is to give more stability to the clip, so obviously it doesn't just sort of fall out. That'd be a bit embarrassing if you're middle war. So yeah, and obviously the clip release is that one, that big button there. Just press that and pull it out. You can only, like the majority of guns, you can only pull the clip out if it's back like this. You cannot do it forward in any way. And also you can only open the jam door on the side when it's back, and the jam door is at the side rather than the top, mainly because the clip is at the side rather than the bottom. So that's the jam door for jams. Really nothing to say about that. Personally, I don't know why, but personally I actually kind of like it there, because it just feels more open. It feels like you can see more with it on the side, even though you probably can't, even though it's probably exactly the same whether you put it on the top or the side. I don't know, it just feels more open. But anyway, so yeah, there's Rampage there. And again on the other side. Pretty long. I mean, it's actually got Nerf, can you see that? Engraved. You can sort of see that, yeah. Nerf engraved on there, how it hasn't been coloured in. So, I don't know why, maybe they forgot to colour it in. But, you know, they did. For example, there, that's engraved, how they have coloured it in, haven't they? So, that's a bit strange. On the side of the barrel, You see there? And Strike Elite, because it is Elite. Also on the grip, and Strike Elite. And on the other side, and Strike Elite. Pretty comfortable with the grip. I mean, I think my hand is about average size, I hope. So, and it fits pretty comfortably. I don't really see any problems here. Feels nice. Just some nice detailing underneath. I like that detailing underneath. Pretty nice. I think cosmetically, like the looks, it is exactly the same as the Raider, except it's a bit darker blue, I think. And I've been told, apparently on the grip on the front, didn't have these ridges for your fingers, apparently, on the Raider. I'm not sure that's true. I thought it did, but I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check that. It does feel very, very comfortable. Personally, I really do love this design of pushing forward and backwards, like holding like this, rather than cocking it like, you know, like the Alpha Trooper, say, where you have to do that, or like the Retaliator where you have to do it on top. I think it's the best system because you don't have to take your hand off this. You just keep it on there. You don't have to remove your hand in any way. You know, you don't have to like hold it, pull it back at the top, then fire, pull it back, fire. It's perfectly comfortable and just very efficient. It does have slam fire, which the Retaliator doesn't for some reason. But it does have slam fire. Just hold back the trigger and pretty cool. It's pretty loud when you do slam fire. Yeah, when you just shoot normally, it sounds fairly normal. When you do slam fire, I think it just sounds louder, which is kind of funny. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. Let's put it in with the dart drum. There you go. Okay, so that is the entire Rampage. Unfortunately, I won't be able to compare this to the Raider, and I'm not going to get the Raider, mainly because I just don't want it enough. Because I mean, I've got a 25 dart drum, which is fine. I don't need more than that. So I wouldn't get it for this 35 dart drum, which only has like 10 more. So I wouldn't get it for that. And it does come with a stock, the Raider, by the way, which is slightly different to this. It's more long-wise. It's just like more straight, and it is. You can put it in and out like the Rapid Strike. So if you know what I mean. So yeah. But I suppose most people have the Raider as well. I think the vast majority of the Nerf Nation has the Raider, so you can just attach it if you want. I think it does blend in pretty well. So yeah. Okay guys, so that is the Rampage review. I'm going to put the stock back on here actually, because I think it looks cooler with it. I definitely recommend this gun. It is definitely pretty good. Although personally, my personal opinion, I don't really see the attraction of this. I've never truly loved this design of this particular gun ever since the Raider or the Rampage. I've never liked this design that much. But that's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people who do like it. Personally, I think there are better guns out there, which you can just attach this stock to. For example, the Rapid Strike I think is very good. You can just put this on the bottom. I think this clip or drum is really made for those sort of guns where you put it on the bottom. So yeah, so that's my review. Get this gun, and now we're going to go off and do those ranges. Alright guys, so I'm outside with the gun. By the way, I know my last video was actually quite quiet. Sorry about that, I didn't realise. It's just the fact that, as I said, my last video is quite a busy, or not really a street, whatever this is. So, you know, it was a little embarrassing. Anyway, so I have the gun right here. And one thing I actually forgot to mention about the clip is the fact that, you know, with the Alpha Troopers clip, the number one, Alpha Trooper 18, CS18, you could fit like 20 darts in the clip instead of actually 18, we all know that. And this one, you can really only fit probably like one more in, probably. You can't really fit any more than one. So maybe you could fit 26, maybe. But, you know, I wouldn't highly recommend it. It might jam. And I think 25 is enough, as I've said like 3 times already. Anyway guys, I did bring the Retaliator stock on it just because it is more comfortable. And personally, I think doesn't that look really cool? Doesn't it? I think it looks cool with it or without it. So, take that off. Put that in. Now we're going to fire 25 rounds. Now unfortunately you can't divide 25 into 2 or 4. So, you know, it's not going to entirely be even. But I'm going to try and do probably I don't know, 12 normal shots, and then maybe 13 or so slamfire. Maybe. I was thinking of doing angled shots, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, let's get into that shooting. Right. Oh, by the way, you might have noticed I'm actually under the shade. It's a bit darker than my last video, mainly because I'm under a tree, because it is really, really sunny today. Which is nice, because I mean, as a person who lives in Britain, you know, sunny weather is quite rare, especially considering it's like the 6th of October, so, and it still feels like it's summer, so, you know, so let's get into this. Okay, so that's why I'm standing in the shade, but I mean, you can see out there that it is still quite sunny, except under those trees where it's also shade. Okay, by the way, if you can notice, that guy on that roof there's a guy on that roof of that house. So, but anyway, let's get into this. I can't really, sorry you can't see the gun very well, but what are you going to do? Okay, so we're going to do 12 level, 13 slamfire. Let's do one more. I think that was 12, probably. Okay, let's do slamfire. I probably, and again, sorry, I haven't got tape measure. Yeah, I know. What of it? I haven't even looked on Amazon for how much they cost. Because I mean, we do have tape measures in my house. However, we don't have really long ones, like 100-foot ones, which I really want. And I'm not entirely sure if this place where I'm doing it is 100 feet long. So, but we'll see. Those went pretty far, by the way. From what I saw, they were like longer than the Retaliators, definitely. So I mean, I suppose now I'm starting to see the appeal of this gun. Anyway, let's do the rest slamfire. I'm going to enjoy this one. Oh, that's out. Okay, that's it. That's all the rest of the darts. I'm just going to put my gun over here. I'm actually going to take... Okay. Yeah, sorry, I've got my bag because I don't want to lose any of these darts, but I'm a bit afraid I will. Mainly, the reason I'm afraid I will is because I don't actually have any spares. In fact, I've already lost a few elite darts from my other guns, and I can't afford to buy like a 30-pack. Maybe because of my main channel, and I've got to put money on that. But anyway, guys, let's yeah, just take this off. Okay. By the way, you might have noticed there was a guy who passed. Right, we're coming up to our first dart. I think you can notice how sunny it is. It's really sunny today. First dart's there. How far away is that? Oops. It's probably, I don't know. Probably about the same distance as the Retaliators, the first one. And can you see all this? All these different darts. Pretty varied, but I mean, there's a dart there. Dart there. I'm really trying to look for them. Quite a lot of them landed around here. This general area. Let's go, where's the furthest one? Is that it? That might be it. I'm sort of looking around for blueness. Blueness is sharp in the green. Yeah. Hopefully that's it. I'll try to collect them all up, and if I've lost one, then I'll come back. Okay, so the furthest one then is apparently this one, which is quite some distance away. Don't know how far that is. I seriously need a tape measure. Really bad. Okay, but yeah. So that's pretty far. That's cool. Very cool, very cool. So I do recommend this gun. The ranges are actually better than I thought it'd be. You can actually see my shadow with my bag. Yeah, because I'm about to collect all these up. Next gun I'll probably be doing will probably be the, I'm not sure, probably be the, well, I said the Alpha Trooper was going to be the next one, but I did the Rampage instead. So maybe it'll be the Alpha Trooper. We'll see. I do have the old one as well, by the way, so I might compare them. But, you know. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you like this. Subscribe to this channel and my last channel. I will be doing all things Nerf. Okay. So
Sorry, I just thought I stepped on something. Okay. And I hope you enjoy it. I will be doing Nerf Wars soon. Well, not soon at all. And Nerf comparisons and all stuff. Okay. Bye, guys.